Imagine somebody taking out millions of dollars in life insurance policies on people who don't even know that they had them. Now imagine one of these people end up murdered just months later. It sounds like something straight out of a crime documentary, but federal prosecutors say that's exactly what happened in Baton Rouge. Two men were just convicted in a massive insurance fraud scheme after secretly taking out millions of dollars in life insurance policies on multiple people. And while they haven't been charged with murder, one of those victims was later found shot execution style. The craziest part, prosecutors say one of the men allegedly told insurance companies he was a record label CEO representing rap artists, all to convince them to approve the policies. So what really happened here? Let's break it all down.
Case centers on life insurance policies taken out on 3 people, including a Baton Rouge man who, get this, ended up dead months after investigators say numerous policies were opened in his name. A federal jury has convicted Calvin Kemp of Gonzalez and Chavez Robillard of Baton Rouge on charges of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and aggravated identity theft in a case tied to life insurance policies totaling just over $4 million. Prosecutors say the 2 men used the personal information of 3 victims to apply for life and accidental death coverage through multiple insurance providers. According to the indictment, Kemp often represented to the insurance companies that he was a ghostwriter for rap artists or was the CEO of a record label, seeking insurance policies on behalf of the music artists whom he represented. There were 9 policies in all. Court records say they opened a bank account under the name Vision Investment Group and used it to pay for the policy premium.
According to federal prosecutors, this all started back in 2022. Authorities say Calvin Kemp and Chavez Robillard created an elaborate plan to make money off life insurance policies. But here's where it gets disturbing. Instead of taking out policies on themselves, prosecutors say they secretly used the personal information of at least 3 different people to apply for millions of dollars worth of life and accidental death insurance. They reportedly went through 8 different insurance companies over several months. To make everything look legitimate, prosecutors say they even opened a business account under the name Vision Investment Group, which they used to pay the insurance premiums. And they allegedly had a story ready whenever insurance companies started asking questions. According to the indictment, Kemp claimed he was either a ghostwriter for rap artists or the CEO of a record label who was buying insurance for artists under his management. It was the perfect cover story. But investigators say some of the conversation with insurance companies immediately raised eyebrows. According to the court documents, Kemp allegedly asked one company if accidental death policies would cover drug overdoses. When he was told overdoses weren't covered, the representative explained that shootings, poisonings, natural disasters, and car accidents would qualify. Then prosecutors say Kemp contacted another insurance company and asked even more chilling questions. Would the policy cover murder? Looking back now, those questions sound completely different. Federal prosecutors say the pair allegedly secured nearly $5.3 million in total coverage across 3 different victims. One victim reportedly had nearly $2 million in coverage, another had over $1 million in pending policies, and the third had more than $2.4 million. According to the prosecutors, Robillard was listed as the beneficiary on many of those policies, meaning if something happened to those individuals, he would have been the one collecting the money. Then tragedy struck. In December 2022, 31-year-old Dquarius Smith was found dead in Baton Rouge. His mother says he had been shot 3 times, one behind the ear, one in the neck, and one in the temple.
One of the victims was Dquarius Smith, killed in Baton Rouge in December of 2022. His mother, Latina Maxey, who spoke to us 2 years ago about her son's death.
I was very upset. Really, I was planning a Christmas party and everything, and my sister called and said a detective was trying to get in touch with me. That's when she said, well, I'm sorry to tell you that we found your son. He had been shot 3 times, one behind the ear, one in the neck, and then she said the final blow was in the temple.
Just hours before his murder, she had seen him at her job. They talked, she fed him, and they promised to check in a few days later. She never saw him again. Like so many homicide cases, the headlines eventually disappear. The investigation slowed down and the case went cold. But behind the scenes, federal investigators were uncovering something that nobody expected. According to prosecutors, Dquarius Smith was allegedly one of the people Kemp and Robillard had taken life insurance policies out on before his death. His mother later confirmed that federal prosecutors contacted her and told her that her son was one of the victims identified in the federal case. What's even more heartbreaking is that she says her son had actually mentioned both men before he died. She says he had fallen on hard times and believed they were helping him get back on his feet. She remembers him telling her they were helping him with housing, but she never realized how close they had become. Now she says she wished she would have paid closer attention to the people around him. After Smith was murdered, prosecutors say Kemp submitted claims on 4 of the life insurance policies connected to him. When insurance companies refused to pay, court records show Robillard even filed lawsuits trying to force 2 companies to hand over the money. One lawsuit described Robillard as president of Vision Investment Group and claimed Smith worked under the company's entertainment division as a ghostwriter. If true, that's an incredibly bold move considering what investigators were already beginning to uncover.
BRPD says Smith's homicide investigation is what helped expose the insurance scheme. In a statement, the lead investigator says detectives interviewed a witness who provided information about Kemp and Robillard and learned an insurance policy had been secured on Smith months before his death. BRPD says as they followed up, they discovered multiple policies, and because of the money involved, the case was submitted to the FBI.
One of the most emotional moments in this entire case came when Smith's mother finally saw Calvin Kemp in court. She said she just wanted to look him in the eyes. She couldn't understand how someone thought they could collect the death benefit while his entire family was still alive and searching for answers. She said she talks to pictures of her son every day and apologizes because she believes he trusted the wrong people. Even though no one has been charged with his murder, she's determined to keep showing up in court until she gets every answer possible.
To date, no one has been charged in Smith's death, and we're told these federal convictions are expected to be the furthest this case goes in court. Nearly 4 years later, Maxie says she's still living with the loss.
It hurts me very. I have pictures of my son. I just tell him how sorry I am every day that this had to happen. You trusted the wrong people. I'm sorry. That's all I can say every day is I'm really sorry.
Kemp now faces up to 26 years in federal prison. Robillard faces up to 24 years. Sentencing has not been set.
After a 3-day federal trial, a jury found both Calvin Kemp and Chavez Robillard guilty. They were convicted of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and aggravated identity theft. Kemp now faces up to 26 years in federal prison. Robillard faces up to 24. But here's the part that leaves the biggest question unanswered. Neither man has been charged with Dquarius Smith's murder, so while prosecutors proved the insurance fraud scheme, the person responsible for pulling the trigger is still officially unknown. Whether these 2 cases are connected beyond the insurance fraud is something investigators have not publicly alleged in criminal murder charges. And that's what makes this story so unsettling. What started as an insurance fraud investigation uncovered a case involving millions of dollars, fake business claims, and a murdered man whose family is still waiting for complete justice. But I want to hear from y'all. Do you think these investigators eventually bring murder charges in this case? Or do you think the insurance fraud case is as far as this investigation goes? Let me know your thoughts down below. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. God bless, and I'm gone.